Good morning. This is Sherry Veronica. I wanted to talk about the black white issue and when you step up to talk about abolition and issues about slavery and issues about reparations. When you start to talk about things like that, you gotta be careful within your personal life, the choices that you are making or have made within your personal life. Hardly, hardly do you find a person who is married to a white person, a black person who's married to a white person who cares about slavery and all the trauma, all the DNA damage, everything that comes along to this day because of slavery. Hardly would you find a black person married to a white person talking about it openly. You wouldn't find them talking about it openly because they can't. They cannot talk about it openly because it's a conflict. You're a hypocrite. And even if you are not a hypocrite, let's say you really truly fell in love with someone who is of the opposite race. Okay, so you fell in love and you decided to get married and have biracial kids. So it's all good. This is all good. But when it comes time to stand up or step up to the plate and talk about race issues, talk about slavery, talk about reparations. You can't. If you have a title from the Queen, like Sir, Dame, whatever else they give out there in London, all those titles, how do you take something from your colonial masters and then come back and talk about slavery, reparations? How do you become a millionaire, a billionaire, and talk about slavery, talk about reparations? You can't. You cannot. If you have a whole bunch of the Illuminati's money, of the white man's money, all belongs to the white man. If you have a lot of their money, more than you can ever spend, you cannot talk about slavery. You cannot talk about reparations. So you see, when you start to talk about these issues, you cannot align yourself with the master. You cannot align yourself with his money. You cannot align yourself with his wealth. You cannot align yourself with his titles. When you step up and you want to get serious and start to talk about slavery, talk about reparations, talk about black people issues, talk about inner city issues, talk about equality, when you want to start to talk about equity, when you really get serious and want to talk, you cannot, as a black person, be married to a white person, and you certainly cannot have millions or billions of their money in your bank. Okay? Sherry Veronica.